We're going to take you to that alarming news out of Sydney overnight, where a man has been arrested after shots rang out across the city's inner west. The incident sparked suburb-wide warnings to stay indoors, with several people injured, including a man in his 50s who's in a critical condition in hospital.
Investigators say anywhere between 50 to 100 shots were fired indiscriminately at passing vehicles, including police cars. The suspect, a 60-year-old man, was taken into custody almost 2 hours after police first arrived. Max Tillman is on the scene for us in Croydon Park. Good morning, Max. What do we know?
Good morning, Bridget. That's right. And New South Wales Police described last night's incident as effectively an active shooter situation. Between 50 to 100 shots, police allege, were fired in a 2-hour window between about 7:45pm and 9:30pm. Behind me here in this residential complex, what we understand is that 60-year-old man, who is currently in police custody for his alleged involvement in last night's shooting, was essentially on the second floor of one of these residential complexes behind us when he started indiscriminately firing into the street. Now, obviously, this was a very busy part of Sydney's inner western suburbs on a Sunday evening. There were a lot of people in the street. We know that he was effectively, allegedly, shooting at passing vehicles, including passing police vehicles. But just to give you an idea of what these scenes were like, there were obviously a lot of people walking around at 7:45pm on a Sunday evening. Let's take a listen to what some people had to tell us.
I was just happy to be driving by, and as I was driving by, I just heard a bang, bang, bang on the left side of the car, the taxi. And then I looked next to me and I saw a couple of holes through the window, right next to, on the passenger side. And I didn't even realise there was actually a hole on the roof as well. And I smelt the gunpowder, but I assumed because it was grand final night, somebody throwing firecrackers or something.
There we go. Now, as you were saying a little bit earlier, Bridget, a man in his 50s sustained wounds to his neck and chest. He was taken to hospital in a critical condition and underwent emergency surgery overnight. Now, that 60-year-old man was arrested at about 9:30pm, but it was effectively prompted by a response by the New South Wales Tactical Unit. Police had to call in specialist resources. As I was saying a little bit earlier, the usual police response was, in a sense, brought back when it became an active shooter situation. There were also 15 people at the scene who required treatment for minor injuries as well as shock, and 3 other people presented themselves to Campsie Police Station later that evening with minor injuries as a result of glass shattering. Let's take a listen to what police had to say.
We secured the premises and the scene fairly quickly. Specialist resources were deployed promptly, including aerial support, which we had visual on the person at various stages, and we were confident in the plan that we had and that we'd secured that person within the location, and then we executed the successful tactical plan.
Now, following the arrest of that 60-year-old man, police say a high-calibre rifle was seized. As you can see behind us, the scene is still teeming with police. We've only seen the forensic teams arrive in the last few minutes, so these investigations are still clearly quite active.